चमन में रंगे बहार उतरा तो मैंने देखा, जब नजर से दिल का गुबार उतरा तो मैंने देखा कि एक और दरिया का सामना था मुझे मुनीर, जब मैं एक दरिया के पार उतरा तो मैंने देखा. What would English language sound like if it was done in Munir Niazi style? People were like, why are you doing this? That मैंने नहीं किया, अब क्या कीजिएगा, मुझे जेल डाल देगा. ठीक है, मुनीर नियाज़ी का गुमाश्ता बनने में कोई हर्ज नहीं है. It came out after Chetan Bhagat's book. As a result, a lot of people compared with it because they thought this Chetan Bhagat part 2. Then they were like, ये क्या बकवास है.
That helped.
I'm not complaining. If Chetan Bhagat had translated Munir Niazi, maybe people would read this also. The study of literature is a very precise science. कुछ भी बकवास करने से काम नहीं चलता. आपकी किताबों में आदमी टूटता है, राइट? क्या लेखक भी टूटता है. अब बुक के हो गए 500 साल, अब अगली चीज आ गई है. गुटेनबर्ग का टाइम खत्म हो गया. 500 साल थे ना गुटेनबर्ग के. 500 साल भी कम नहीं होते हैं.
हेलो, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब, नमस्कार. आज मैं ये सब बोलूंगी बिकॉज मेरे साथ जस्ट टॉकिंग पे अमिताभ बागची जी हैं. ही इज अ अवार्ड विनिंग राइटर, shortlisted for JCB prize in literature, and also the winner of the DSC South Asian Literature Award for Half the Night Is Gone.
Yes.
But what brings him to Chandigarh is that he is heavily into his latest book, which is Lost Paradise, and these are translations of Munir Niazi की poetry, जितनी गजलें जो हैं. पहली बात, बागची जी, welcome to our little show.
Thank you for calling me.
Really, our pleasure. Tell me, what is so special about this? Because every book is a special book. You are an author. आप primarily English में लिखते हैं.
Yes.
But आपने एक subject उठाया मुनीर नियाज़ी जी का और उसको आपने translate किया. And I think you have a strong connection because he has a Punjab connection also.
Yes.
Tell me about this book, and then we'll come to the translation aspect of it.
Yeah. So I discovered Munir Niazi on YouTube like many people 10, 15 years ago, and his poetry affected me deeply. Some aspects of it came into my novel Half the Night Is Gone as well. But even after I finished writing Half the Night Is Gone, I found myself continuously thinking about Munir Niazi's poetry. I would find it playing in my head at times like a earworm. And I suddenly got this idea that what would English language sound like if it was done in the Munir Niazi style. And I thought of writing prose which sounded like Munir Niazi. But eventually that didn't work out. But my wife suggested to me that, look, you keep complaining about this. Why don't you just translate some of his works? And that was a great bit of advice because it actually forced me to go even deeper into the ghazals, which I really loved, which really affected me. And that whole process was, it was the best few months of my life that I spent deep inside Munir Niazi's ghazals. So yeah, that was how this happened.
So abhi ye बहुत ही poetic, UT Guest House is a beautiful place. We are sitting with lots of parrots around us. Which ghazal affected you the most? If you can say a few lines.
देखिए, मुनीर नियाज़ी की हर एक गजल, मतलब which ghazal affected you the most?
Or which do you remember on the top of your mind?
Actually, in this place, you can say, you know, चमन में रंगे बहार उतरा तो मैंने देखा, जब नजर से दिल का गुबार उतरा तो मैंने देखा, right? And there are a few shades, and then at the end he says कि एक और दरिया का सामना था मुझे मुनीर, जब मैं एक दरिया के पार उतरा तो मैंने देखा. Right, so this is one of his famous ghazals, but you know, because there is a chaman here that we are sitting in, this one it always comes to my mind. There are so many of them. Each of those ghazals has a personality of its own. Normally there are 4, 5, maximum 6 shades, but they create a world of their own, and they take you in. And I've had that experience, and you know, I'm sure many people have read Munir Niazi in Urdu original. They've had that experience too.
So, you know, translations, of course, is also a medium of reaching to a lot of people. You know, when you translate works from different languages or lost languages, then you reach out. The author also is able to reach out to a larger audience.
Yes.
But do you feel that when you pick up a couplet or a piece of poetry or a ghazal, somewhere it can be lost in translation also?
Oh, absolutely.
English में उसका उतना impact नहीं होता जितना पहले original उर्दू में था.
See, the thing is that poetry, even prose, but poetry works at many different levels, and many of those levels will be lost in a translation. right? Like there is a शेर of Munir which is that नीले फलक के इसम में नक्शे असीर के सबब हैरत है आबो खाक में माहे मुनीर के सबब. That you know, like a blue shape framed in the dark night, there is a kind of wonder in the water and land at the sight of the brilliant moon. ठीक है, हो गया, लेकिन माहे मुनीर में मुनीर का नाम भी है,
Yes.
right? And that is important,
Yes.
right? And that is lost in the translation. अब हम क्या करें? You know, it is lost, it is lost. So we hope that something is lost and something is also gained. And इसमें चलता है. I think that when we come to translating poetry, the idea of fidelity and accuracy, etc., become even less possible than in prose.
Okay.
So we do what we can. जैसे हमारे दिल्ली में प्रोफेसर अनीसुर रहमान है, उनका कहना है दैट गजल में मीटर हैज टू बी ट्रांसलेटेड. अदर पीपल आल्सो से दैट. मैंने नहीं किया, अब क्या कीजिएगा, मुझे जेल डाल देगा, राइट? ईडी लगाइएगा मुझ पे, लगा दीजिए.
How long did it take you to translate? मतलब कितनी करी हैं आपने इसमें?
I have translated 120 ghazals. My guess is that total there are about 140, 150, not much more than that. I tracked down whichever ones I could find. It took me about 3 to 5 months to do it. And I'm not an Urdu expert in the sense that I had to work with dictionaries and stuff like that.
You've written what you felt.
To understand as closely as possible the original and try to understand its valence in the source language. So it took me 5 months. Maybe someone else would have done it faster.
Was it easy to tell your publisher that here's the translated versions?
They were like,
Is it easy to sell a translated?
it's impossible to sell something like this. No one really understands why. I mean, I'm a novelist. The novel is a fairly saleable commodity. I've had some success with novels, and people were like, "Why are you doing this? You know, you should not even be doing this. You should write your own novels and present yourself as a novelist and bada saab." The translator is, you know, like gumashta kind of person. So I was like, ठीक है, मुनीर नियाज़ी का गुमाश्ता बनने में कोई हर्ज नहीं है, राइट? आफ्टर ऑल हम बड़ों की कदमों में बैठ के ही सीखते हैं, तो ठीक है. आई विल टेल यू वन थिंग अबाउट दिस, that for many years I was reading Srilal Shukla, and I realized that two of Srilal Shukla's works which were out of print, hard to get, was one work he wrote on Bhagwati Charan Verma, and one which Sahitya Academy has reprinted, which he wrote on Amritlal Nagar. And Sahitya Academy has this Makers of Indian Literature series. He wrote a work on Amritlal Nagar. So that was his way of, he had learned so much from those people that he wrote that work as a, not just as a tribute, but as a way of going further into the work of those two writers. So it is part of what I do.
It's
That's
your
okay.
journey into the
It's my
works of
journey.
art.
अब क्या करें? Luckily they agreed to publish it.
When did your journey of reading and writing begin? Because so Amitabh is a professor by the day, computer scientist, IIT Delhi. You're an IITian yourself,
Yes.
and a writer by the. You moonlight as a writer, huh?
Well, during the vacations I write. During the semester I
So,
don't.
which was your first book, and what inspired you to just pick the pen and start writing?
See, I always wanted to be a writer, so it came the other way around, that I wanted to be a writer and had to find the project which would be a novel. And when I was about 24, 25, I started writing a book which later got published as Above Average.
Okay,
And
this
that
was in
was,
America, set in America.
No, this was set in IIT Delhi actually.
Okay.
It was published in 2007. It was kind of a semi-autobiographical work based on my experiences in IIT Delhi. But it came out after Chetan Bhagat's book. As a result, a lot of people compared with it. But
Yes.
the goals were very different. It was more a literary work, which was sort of concerned with language and character and plotting, and you know how like masculinity is being developed in our society. The way I saw in IIT.
Would you like to be compared with Chetan Bhagat?
What it was done a lot at that time, and Chetan Bhagat is my senior from my own hostel, my own college. So it is what it is. Luckily, the books I've written since then hopefully have distinguished me, because he's on a different track. He used to write a certain kind of mass fiction. He was sort of he's made a transition into being a kind of influencer. Whereas I don't have any such goals. My goals are basically literary. I want to write books because writing is a kind of journey for me. It's a kind of work of in progress, art, a journey into language, and that's how I view it.
Who gave you your first book to read? घर में जैसे my mother used to give us only books for birthdays.
नहीं हमारे यहाँ I you know there were books, but it was more like my dad used to tell a lot of stories about I went here, I met this person, I met that person, and he had this very nice way of telling stories. They were always very amusing.
Hmm.
What someone else might find to be a very sort of mundane incident, he always made it funny or interesting.
So he was
So
quite a storyteller.
he was, and that kind of was something that I imbibed. And of course, in school and all, the books were there, and I used to read. Some kids like reading, and I happened to be one of them. So I had from very early age, I had this idea that I want to write.
But why IIT then अगर लिखना है तो IIT क्यों करना?
I was good at maths, so
तो
बाकी सब कर रहे थे, तो
हाँ.
मैंने भी कर लिया, right? I liked maths a lot at that time, and physics and chemistry. Chemistry I didn't like much. I mean, although it's a great subject, physics I like because there's a lot of maths in physics. तो उस चक्कर में PCM के रास्ते में फिर बाकी लोग स्कूल में कह रहे थे IIT चलो, तो आई वेंट टू मैंने दे दिया एग्जाम, हो गया वहाँ पे, फिर वहाँ पे कंप्यूटर साइंस करने लगा, तो आई फाउंड दैट आल्सो वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. तो उसी में ऐसे हाउ इट इज, राइट? इंडिया में लोग ड्रिफ्ट करते रहते हैं, जो जो जिस भी रास्ते में वो ड्रिफ्ट कर पाते हैं वो करते हैं. So I drifted along that way, and but I enjoy both of these a lot. I enjoy teaching, I enjoy doing research in computer science, and I enjoy literary stuff as well.
Okay, so which gives you more peace?
See,
कहाँ से which de-stresses you more?
See, it depends. कई बार मैथ्स या रिसर्च इट्स वेरी एब्स्ट्रैक्ट, तो उसमें दुनिया के झंझटों से डील नहीं करना पड़ता है, and that is an escape. Whereas literature में sometimes you are dealing with the what is sad about the world, what you wish was different in the world. After all, I mean, no one would be writing if they felt that the world was a perfect place. We write because we want the world to be a different place from what it is, and that can weigh you down sometimes. And sometimes at that time, escaping into a mathematical world of research is calming and soothing. And
So
then there's sometimes when all that stuff also gets you down, and there's nothing like the pleasure of language to just to make you feel like the world is a beautiful place.
are you straddling right now two personalities within you? One is
Uh,
very precise and scientific in their approach, and the other is very emotional, very sensitive.
नहीं, just kidding. I should tell you, हमारे IIT में there was one professor, शर्मिष्ठा पांजा, उनकी हमने क्लास ली थी on contemporary fiction. तो उस कंटेम्प्रेरी फिक्शन में क्लास में people would come in thinking कि अरे ये तो लिटरेचर है, कुछ भी लिख दो चलता है. So she taught us that the study of literature is a very precise science. कुछ भी बकवास करने से काम नहीं चलता है. You have to make precise arguments, you have to think clearly, you have to think cleanly, and as sharply as anywhere else. In fact, to some extent, sometimes in the world of research or maths, things are pre-formulated and given to you, and you have to work out the details. Whereas in literary pursuits, you have to formulate and then precisely deliver. So I find writing to be as exacting as maths or computing, and I don't really see this difference. But then there are also people who write a lot from intuition, and so I do a bit of both. So I don't see that distinction. So maybe earlier I used to think they're two different personalities, but now I feel they're a little bit converging.
But I think you said in some interview somewhere that fiction writers are professional liars.
Of course, fiction writers are professional liars.
Do you count yourself as a fictional writer or
Of
an
course.
observational writer?
I'm a fiction writer for sure, because the thing is कि the fiction writer's truth is a different order of truth. It is a truth which which is felt, and if it is honestly felt, then it makes sense
Then it
to
resonates.
people. It resonates. The non-fiction writer's truth is of a different order, right? In fact, I feel often the non-fiction writer's truth is more on shakier ground
Mhm.
because it needs facts and points of view to support it.
So when you sat down to write your first book, how many drafts or how many times did you just tear a page and pheng diya? You know, how many drafts and failures before you got it right, convinced your agent and publisher to publish it? Because that first book hota na
Yeah,
pehla
yeah,
padhao.
it's very difficult.
How what was the journey like and what were the challenges in
So
that?
I typically don't do many drafts, but the first draft itself, every bit of it takes me a lot of time, a lot of thinking, a lot of work. So it took me 4 years to write it,
Wow.
and I didn't really do much of a redraft. I added a few things, but from that point, it took me 3 years to get it published. In the US, I wasn't able to get published. In India, finally, a publisher picked it up.
Mhm.
HarperCollins India picked up. So it was very difficult, and I mean, thankfully it happened. I don't know. I
First book was
above
above
average,
average,
above average. Yeah, yeah,
and that was received well then.
yeah. That it was well received. A lot of people read it because they thought this Chetan Bhagat Part Two. Then they were like, "ये क्या
That helped,
बकवास
huh?
है?"
That helped.
I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining.
Huh.
Right. So if Chetan Bhagat had translated Munir Niazi, maybe people would read this also.
But tell me, you know, you are a professor.
हाँ जी.
So and writer जो है, do writers need to have a backup career to
In
if they
India,
when
of
they start
course.
out
In India, of course.
or for or throughout?
In India, of course. Fiction writers, there's no money in it.
Mhm.
There's no money in it. So you need to have a career. In some other countries, maybe in the US and UK, you can get by with freelancing and all
Mhm.
also. But in India, it's extremely difficult. So it has
Have
to
your
be a,
backup
yeah,
plans
yeah,
and
yeah.
then sit and write.
All the people like I see who are, younger than me, who are writing serious fiction and all, they all have jobs somewhere or the other.
They have.
It's needed. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to produce in the long term.
You know, your books are very much like the householder. It's
Hmm.
middle class. It's
Yeah,
again like you spoke earlier about masculinity.
sure.
There are a lot of male characters. You are
Yeah.
exploring um, a lot of male energy,
Yes.
right? So I think only Anubha Yadav, Anger of Saintly Men, she tried that with
Yes.
three generations, different
Yes.
people,
Yes.
and I think she came closest of how a man is. Whereas
Sure.
मुझे कई बार लगता है कि जो सबसे ज्यादा खूबसूरती से एक औरत को डिस्क्राइब कर सकता है वो मेल राइटर है. Men have written beautiful things on women,
Sure. Sure.
but you have been decoding the
Hmm.
mm, uh, man of the house, the
Ji.
masculine energy around him. Tell me, who is an Indian man, and how? What are your observations about him? Who is a middle class Indian man?
See, in general, कहना तो बहुत मुश्किल है. But I think there are certain things that one sees that Indian men live in a very in a straitjacket. There are a lot of preconceptions that are handed down to them about what they are supposed to do,
Mhm.
what they are allowed to do,
Mm.
and their notions of right and wrong are built at an early age, and they're not necessarily the notions that one would think that they should.
Mhm.
The one of the saddest parts about Indian men is that they are not encouraged to or given the space to understand, interact with women in a way that they can understand them and interact with them in a more productive way,
Mhm.
um, that make relationships more sort of fruitful, productive, and and better for both parties. And that's really sad because there's this kind of adversarial relationship
Mhm.
where the man always has to be on a pedestal, always has to be successful, always has to be
Bread
powerful,
earner.
red
Huh.
earner, always has to be kadak, sakt aadmi, and this that.
Mhm.
All these things are very difficult. They are one size which does not fit all.
So, do you
Right?
think they are going wrong with the social conditioning and upbringing of boys and girls both?
No doubt, no doubt. I see. Definitely. I mean, we are definitely going wrong. We treat children like they are there to be told what to do,
Mm.
not that we need to understand where they are. We need to talk to them, listen to them, and help their thought process develop in such a way that they are more sensitive and receptive to what other people who are different from them are thinking or doing. Right? That's very. I feel that's very important. But today, everyone has some idea. I am this, and that's what I am. that the self is not changeable, that the self can't be improved, that better understandings can't be developed of other people. That's what everyone seems to think today. Whereas I don't believe that. I believe that we should think of the self as a work
Open
in
to improvement.
process,
Yes, work in.
right? And we should be willing to say that we are wrong and develop from that and learn from that and move on.
So from your IIT days to now, have you seen a change in the men around you, the generations? Do you see any change? Do you think there is an improvement? कि
See,
वो masculine energy जो है वो धाकड़पन and वो के entitlement अभी भी है?
See, across different classes is developed very differently.
Hmm.
In one sense, is much better. There's, I think, the discourse around feminism and now the discourse around queer rights,
Hmm.
the introduction of the concepts of
Hmm.
of gender fluidity, etc. Has younger people are much more aware
Hmm.
of that gender is a set of role plays,
Hmm.
and that they don't necessarily have to do that. On the one hand, that's good. On the other hand, I feel that in the age of social media and all, there's a lot more identitarianism in the sense that this is who I am and
Hmm.
I have to be that. That has become stronger.
Hmm.
So I see it going in two directions.
Are you active on social media?
No, no, not at all. I
You're in
find
your
it.
world of books.
I find social media is very emotionally taxing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not active on that because I feel that I have so much energy to give, and I have two jobs, so might as well give it to those.
And are you making more money as a scientist, translator, or writer?
No, no, obviously my day job pays much more.
You know, मुनीर न्याजी से आपने masculinity के बारे में क्या सीखा? If there is any
नहीं,
couplet.
देखिए मुनीर न्याजी इज अ डिफरेंट केटल ऑफ फिश. आई थिंक मुनीर न्याजी जो थे उनकी शख्सियत कुछ और ही थी.
Hmm.
वो पठान आदमी थे, मर्द आदमी ऑफ दैट काइंड, राइट. बट उनको तो जो एक फेमिनिस्ट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू या एक डिफरेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू उनमें नहीं मिलेगा. बट वो ही इज नॉट ही इज नॉट ही इज अ मैन ऑफ हिज ओन टाइम. But I can tell you one interesting thing about his life, that he fell in love with this lady, Sugra Khanum, who was actually kind of, let's say, her father was sort of like a servant on the mother's side. And she had been married before, and also she was not able to conceive. So his mother was very unhappy that he wanted to marry her, but he insisted and he married her. And he fought with his mother, who was very dear to him for a long time. And eventually she passed away, and then he married again and all that. But he never had a child of his own. But that woman, no matter what the social reasons for not marrying her, didn't mean anything to him.
He married her.
He married her.
Love.
It was love, and it was also an understanding that this is right for me and I don't care what social conventions say. तो अब इसको आप अगर आप progressively read करना चाहें आप read कर सकती हैं.
So when you write, what are the things that you explore in your writings? क्योंकि आप daily rigmarole of life, you're very close to life. You're an observationist. मतलब it's less of fiction, but it's more of observation and absorbing from what is there. Is that your style of writing? Does that continue to be that simplistic? That I'm going to just see the society and see what stories come out of it.
It's not exactly like that. Actually, for me, because I'm not, you may say, I'm not a professional writer in the sense that I don't have to keep churning books out.
You do it for the pleasure of it.
Pleasure कह लीजिए, it's more like a compulsion. It's a literary compulsion in the sense that the books that I've written all have come from like some at some point in my life there's something difficult that I'm dealing with, and that process has typically expressed itself
For
in terms of
instance?
a book. So like in 2005 I moved back to India and I started working at IIT, and one of the big problems I had was dealing with the bureaucracy over there. वो कि वो 10th क्लास सर्टिफिकेट नहीं है आपका और आपको हाउसिंग के लिए ये फॉर्म
ये
भरिए
10th क्लास सर्टिफिकेट पता नहीं क्यों चाहिए इनको.
हाँ हाँ नहीं उन्हें चाहिए था. It was a big problem, right? And it
They want
stressed me out.
expired passports also, by the way, for visa purposes.
It was stressing me out a lot, and I developed this real kind of anger towards some of the bureaucratic types who I saw as being part of this a torment that I was facing. And then one day I saw this one of these guys ही वाज हम कैंपस में एक मार्केट है, वहाँ से वो अपने स्कूटर में सब्जी खरीद के आ रहे थे, और स्कूटर के का जो वो था क्या कैरियर, उसमें से ये सब्जी यूँ निकल रही थी और वो जा रहे थे. And I saw that him drive by, and I thought I have to write a book where someone like him, who goes on his scooter and gets his sabji home in the evening, is a object of sympathy. He's the central character, and that's how I started writing The Householder. Of course, usme my long reading of Srilal Shukla was also a factor. But it was that experience of having to deal with the minor bureaucracy and the frustrations that came with it and the anger that came with it. It was to overcome that anger and to see that person who is tormenting me as human. That's what drove me to write that book. So ऐसे ही हर एक किताब के साथ कुछ
लाला
ना कुछ
जी
किस्सा.
विश्व
वो तो देखिए, my father passed away in 2012, तो that book was about that basically. बाकी सब जो poetry थी वो सब तो था, सालों से उस उन सब चीजों को पढ़ रहे थे, रामायण ये वो, you know, it had been going on
so
for
the
years.
books reflect a lot of your life also, how you've dealt with it.
हाँ.
And आप सोचते हिंदी में है, लिखते इंग्लिश में है?
नहीं ऐसा
ऐसा नहीं
मैं
है?
सोचता भी इंग्लिश में हूँ, लिखता
लिखते
भी
भी
इंग्लिश में.
so poetry से इतना प्यार where did that come from, like
क्या
the
पता.
literary pursuits?
कुछ नहीं, who knows, right? मतलब दुनिया में कितनी चीजें हैं, कौन सा किस पे चिपक जाता है, क्या उसका कोई कारण तो नहीं होता
After
ना.
him, do you want to translate anyone
No,
else?
no. If anyone, it would be Parveen Shakir. I love Parveen Shakir's poetry, but I don't think. Abhi I'm writing the next novel. Abhi
Which
wo
is?
to nipat jaye. It's kind of a sequel to Above Average, but this time that one Above Average very much focused on men. This one is more focused on women.
Wow, is there a love story in it also?
Many.
Many love stories. That's it. So any advice on how to write, how to start writing, or how to make money through it?
See, make money through it का तो advice simple है. You
So
can't.
is there a
Don't even
way of
think about
writing
it.
stories?
हाँ, तो हाउ टू राइट का फंडा है होता है, एंड दैट इज you need to figure out what is your way to write stories. It's pretty simple. There's no recipe for it, right? वो सब तो होता है, plot, character, setting, development, ये
Even
सब
the
चीजें.
language you choose.
हाँ, see, basically the simple thing is that if you love language and you love writing sentences, फिर आप writer बन सकते हैं. बाकी सब it works itself out, right? But read a lot, and in the writers that you like the most, उनमें ऐब निकालिए. You know, like I remember reading Amitabh Ghosh's Shadow Lines, and a lot of it is set in England. Some parts of it are set in the middle class neighborhood in Calcutta. And I was like, अरे ये part इतना छोटा क्यों है? ये part ज़्यादा होता तो अच्छा होता. तो मैंने कहा चलो फिर मैं ही क्यों ना लिख लूँ.
That's how you distinguish yourself? Create your own voice in this din of author voices?
हाँ. See, there is no din. There is only a voice inside you. दिन तो बाहर होता है.
बाहर कहीं.
Right, वो बाहर
अपनी आइडेंटिटी कैसे बनाए? You know, writer, you can write.
Simple. अपने दरवाजे बंद करो और अंदर जाओ. Stop listening to what is going on outside past a point.
But how do you gain the confidence, you know, कि I can write and I should not bother कि ये बिकेगी कि नहीं बिकेगी. Just write.
अब देखिए, gain the confidence.
Because I'm sure you wrote it not with the idea of selling it or winning awards. You wrote it because you wrote it.
See, gain confidence का कोई आसान तरीका नहीं है. If someone wants to gain confidence, I can only tell them कि हर एक बंदा पिटता है, right? And I remember I saw an interview once in Hindi of some Hindi writer. I can't remember who it was. And the interview asked him, he said कि आपकी किताबों में आदमी टूटता है, right? क्या लेखक भी टूटता है? तो he said कि लेखक भी इंसान है, तो जाहिर है वो भी टूटता है, राइट? तो अब देखिए, आई थिंक देयर मे बी वन और टू पीपल हु उन्होंने किसी चीज पे हाथ रखा और वो सोना बन गई, लेकिन मोस्ट पीपल आर नॉट लाइक दैट, राइट? पिटते 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 या पिटते रहो जब तक आप इफ यू कैन हैंग ऑन लॉन्ग इनफ, राइट? कुछ ना कुछ होगा.
Stay in the game.
हाँ, तो कुछ ना कुछ होगा. अब हाउ लॉन्ग इट विल टेक, एंड बट बी सेल्फ क्रिटिकल, इम्प्रूव. डोंट से कि मैंने लिखा है तो अच्छा है. Find out what is wrong with it. Try to make it better, and then
overconfidence will also kill.
overconfidence.
Hustling helps. You know, hustle your way with the agents. Convincing them is a big job कि
it
छाप
is
दो
very
यार book.
difficult, but it's it's very difficult.
Very
It's
difficult.
very
There's no
difficult.
algorithm to
There's
that.
no, you don't know what it is that people like,
Hmm.
what it is that people think that people like.
Hmm.
You can write what you are writing and you can hope that it is,
They
but you
like.
have to try and convince them. If you believe in it, then you have an argument, make the argument
So
and then hope for the best.
has anyone from, because now a lot of books, a lot of stories, a lot of personal accounts are being converted into OTT series.
Mhm.
Has anyone approached you?
No, but
Yours are The Householder, and all these books can be made into series.
no, but I had the opposite
Hmm.
experience. So a friend of mine who happens to be a friend of Amir Khan's
Mhm.
told me that someone went to Amir Khan's house and saw that he was reading Half the Night Is Gone.
Okay.
So they asked him that, so, what do you think? Like,
Hmm.
can this be made a movie? So he explained it to them at length why it cannot be made into a movie. तो आई वाज लाइक कि यार बता दो उसने क्या कहा, अगली बार मैं अलग करूँ ऐसे, या भूल गए. तो आई डोंट
Record
नो.
कर लेना. So if Amir Khan is listening, you should tell us कि is he willing to make the movie or not?
नहीं नहीं, उन्होंने तो ऑलरेडी कह दिया है कि ये नहीं बन सकती. अब देखिए ये सब
नहीं, मूवी नहीं, सीरीज बना लो.
सी उन लोगों का लॉजिक अलग होता है. वी रिस्पेक्ट दैट एंड वी होप कि दैट लॉजिक लिंक्स अप विद द लॉजिक ऑफ आवर वर्क. इफ इट डज तो बल्ले बल्ले, नहीं तो थल्ले थल्ले.
And going to literary fests, meeting, staying in that literary circle, how much of that melee helps, that.
I don't like it that much.
Hmm.
Lot of people feel it works. यहाँ पे भी मैं आया हूँ क्योंकि शाहिदा जी ने कहा कि आ जाइए, मुनीर न्याजी के बारे में बात करेंगे.
Hmm.
So I came, but I do go when a book comes out, because it puts the word out about a new book. So it is useful. I mean, literary fiction has become a very much a niche taste. So the niche arrive comes to those lit fests. So it's good to go there and put the word out.
Today a lot of youngsters are moving away from the books. They
Yeah.
keep scrolling.
Yeah, yeah.
They keep
Yeah.
reading whatever short form
Hmm.
journalism or writings in hurry are done.
Hmm.
How do you get them back to the books? How do you get them to sit quietly and read? Do we start doing negotiations with them of some sort, or when do you start with this process? I know it's a very cliched question, it's been asked, but I'd like to
See,
just
देखिए,
understand and let parents also know how to connect them with books.
see, in my day job,
And how does it help them by, ये नहीं होता कि आपने book पढ़ी तो writer बन गए. How does it open up their world?
see, definitely as a writer and someone who's read a lot of books, I like book reading and all. That's true. But I'm also a technologist, and I'm aware that technology changes society. The consumption of art, the way art is produced, the way it is consumed, the forms which are successful, the forms which fail, are also going to change. Is the book as a form of the written arts, is it going to die out in favor of the phone? It may, and we have to be ready for that. Those are the movements of history. So I don't particularly try to tell kids, even my own kid, read. I mean, I do tell him because like लगता है कि it's the same thing.
How
But
old is he?
he's 13, but I do believe that वक्त का तकाजा है. Technology has its own logic. What will come will be different from what has been, and we hope that it will be good, but we can't guarantee that. Right? Once the Mongols invented the stirrup, the nature of warfare was changed forever. Right? Once Gutenberg invented the book, the nature of literature changed forever. अब बुक के हो गए 500 साल, अब अगली चीज आ गई है. गुटेनबर्ग का टाइम खत्म हो गया. 500 साल थे ना गुटेनबर्ग के. 500 साल भी कम नहीं होते हैं.
5 centuries.
हाँ, it's
ठीक है.
not less. तो
So,
देखिए क्या आएगा. Let's see how it
let's see
turns
the
out.
next chapter and
Yeah.
how technology drives
Yeah,
us
yeah.
towards a better future.
A different future. Hopefully, the love of language will always be part of it. Because language is intrinsic to humans, but what form that love will take, that we will have to see.
Let's wait and watch. I'm waiting with bated breath and see how it turns out all.
Yes, absolutely.
ठीक है. Thank you, Amitabh. It was lovely talking to
Thanks,
you.
Jaskaran.
And I
Thank
hope you enjoy your stay here.
Absolutely
Take care.
loving it.
That's all from Just Talking. Please like and subscribe. Till next time.